Welcome to the 93-94 student body elections. My name is Jim Gilbert and I'm this year's Vice President. Before we hear the candidate speeches, I would like to tell you about the voting process this year. We got the Maricopa County Elections Office to donate 30 punch card machines and several booths to vote in. And this is just like what they use for the federal and state elections, and so it's pretty professional. I think you'll like it. What we're going to do is during the 4th hour, we're going to go and take a classroom at a time, and we'll send them to the lower level of the library and have them vote. And go vote as a class, and then right after you receive, you'll sign in and get the ticket to vote, and then you'll vote, and then you'll go directly back to your 4th hour class. We hope to get around to all the 4th hour classes, but in case we don't, we're going to extend the voting into lunch, and all voting will be done at the end of lunch. All right, now we'll hear from Dale, who's going to introduce the treasurer candidates.
Wow, this is something. This is my first year to do a serious speech. Anyhow, the student body treasurer is actually a really important job. It's a full-time job because not only do you have to keep accurate accounts and keep up to date, it's a lot of organizations, but there's a lot of different things to go on because all of our events that we do with student government deal with all of our money going through either as with deposits or withdrawals. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of organization, and so it's a lot of work to get done. Anyhow, our candidates for student body treasurer to start off will be Nathan Soy.
Hi, my name is Nathan Soy, and I'm a junior. And, well, first of all, I'd like to say, go ahead and feel free to interact during my speech, so go ahead and cheer, boo, hiss, whatever. Clap. Thanks. Okay, for those, well, I've been distributing my mindless propaganda all over the school for the past 3 days. But for those of you who don't know me, I'll just go ahead and give you a brief rundown. Well, first of all, I'd like to say how to pronounce my last name because so many people slaughter it. Well, anyway, my last name is Soy, so go ahead and feel free to say it if you want. All right. Well, next of all, obviously, I'm Chinese or Asian or a Pacific Islander, so that's my ethnicity. But obviously, this shouldn't like distract or sway your mind on whether to vote for me as treasurer or not. But I'll just go ahead and list my qualifications. I'm an ultra right-wing conservative Republican who. Worships Rush Limbaugh. On a less serious side, I've played the piano for 9 years, and I have a 4.5 GPA. But that doesn't necessarily make a good treasurer. But anyway, what does make a good treasurer is being able to count, and I think I know how to count. And I think I know how to keep a balanced budget and a checkbook, and also being organized, unlike members of Congress. And, but at this time, that pretty much ends my qualifications, but at this time I would like to make a personal endorsement of a local Arcadia band, Smear. It consists of Tim Van Black, John Hefner, Justin Ewers, and a few other speaking voices. But at this time they do need a drummer, so if you're interested, please talk to them. Okay. But I also have some visual aids, so if Jed, my assistant, could help me. Last of all, I would like to say, 請選在網上為財政。多謝. That means please vote for Nathan Tsui for treasurer. Thank you.
Our next candidate for student body treasurer is Sarah Slavin.
The 93-94 term. The reason I decided to run is because I want to be a part of what Arcadia is and what we are going to become. I think that my high energy and enthusiasm for our school will help me be an effective student body officer and a leader. I am not afraid to express my opinions or to promote new ideas. As your treasurer, I will provide our student government with accurate financial records, maintain accounts, manage fundraising projects, and serve as a bridge between your class treasurers and the student body. I understand and accept these responsibilities, and I am ready to get started. But besides these specific duties, I think that as a part of the student government team, I can make a difference. As student body treasurer, I will not only fulfill my responsibilities, but I will be a voice, your voice. Together we can do so much. I want to contribute my experience and spirit to all of our activities. Participation is key to the success of every event, whether it is a fundraiser or even a dance. Participants shouldn't just mean the student government members, but every student at Arcadia. So let's get involved. Through my participations in many different activities, I have learned the value of teamwork. As a student body officer, you must not only work with a team, but as a leader. Our student government, through hard work, determination, commitment, and enthusiasm, can be the backbone of our school. We need to stop working against each other and start working for Arcadia. We have a lot to work with, so let's take advantage of what we have. So smile for Sarah today and vote Sarah Slavin for student body treasurer. Thank you.
Recording secretary for this year. The student body recording secretary has many important jobs, including formal minute taking at all student government meetings, attendance, tardy, and grade responsibility for all the members of the student government. They have to be the head of many important committees throughout the following year. And overall, they just have to work with the immense amount of other jobs that the recording secretary is responsible for. So the first person up for recording secretary is Aaron Gladfelter.
I'm waiting for you all. Thank you. Fellow Arcadians, My name is Aaron Gladfelter, and I'm here to apply for the job of Student Council Recording Secretary. Before I present the reasons why I believe I would be the best person for the job, I'd like to review exactly what the requirements for the job is. This comes directly from the Arcadia High School Constitution, Article 3, Section 4, Subsection C. The recording secretary shall take the minutes of all student council, student senate, and associated student body business meetings. He or she shall prepare a semi-monthly report and shall be responsible for all communication between student council and all school publications. He shall prepare a monthly calendar, organize the student council and student senate activity files, and handle all activity petitions and reviews for each 9 weeks. Hey, could you guys show a little bit of respect and listen? If I could continue, thanks. Okay. People, if you don't want to listen to my speech, then I'll leave right now, okay? I want to go through all the requirements for the step-by-step. The first duty is to take in the minutes of all student council, student senate, and associated student body business meetings. The student council minutes will be easy to do. The student senate meetings minutes will be a little bit harder to do because right now the student senate isn't all that active. One of my goals, if I get elected to office, is to revive the student senate through making a few motions for the student council. The first motion I'd like to make would be to increase the amount of student senate meetings. A long time ago, before any of us was here, the student senate was very active. And now there's only been 3 meetings this year. That's pretty sad. I'd like to help and see what I can do to increase it. The second duty is the preparation of a semi-monthly report. With a firm foundation of minutes, I'll make sure that the reports will be accurate, efficient, and on time. The reports and the minutes I plan on making available for everyone to see. Right now, I don't think student council shares enough of what they're doing with the student body. The way that I propose to share more of student council's activity with the student body is by posting the notes, the minutes, and the reports on the kiosk. The kiosk is that big wooden thing outside the auditorium that's usually empty. Back in the 70s, it used to be full all the time with humor, political statements, and just general stuff all over it. Now there's been maybe 5 different flyers on it this year. With the notes, the minutes, and anything else that I can encourage anyone to post onto it, I'd like to see that it's full. ASU has about 10 of those things around its campus, and they're always full, and people are usually putting things over it because it's so full. That's what I'd like to see for Arcadia. The third duty is being responsible for all communication between student council and all school publications. Communication, believe it or not, is the main thing in my campaign. Granted, I don't have a bunch of pretty posters or little pin-ons or stuff because I just couldn't fit all my campaign goals on it. And I believe that instead of a catchy phrase, I just put more time into making up some ideas for student council. The school newspaper is like the kiosk in the student senate. There's very few that we hear from it. The issues are long in between, and the stories could be better. I'm not criticizing, but I'm just saying that everything has room for improvement. Now, one of the things I've heard from the newspaper staff, a certain member of it, she's told me that she considers student council the enemy of the newspaper. And that just didn't make sense to me. I figured student council and the newspaper should be in it together. And if elected, I'll do what I can to make sure that there's more help for the student newspaper from student council. The last couple of duties are sort of small. They deal with record keeping, calendar keeping and stuff. I won't bore you by going into it. Guess I close my little presentation here today by saying that if elected, I promise to give 150% and make sure that you all know what's going on with the student council. Thanks.
Okay, and the person running against Aaron is Kyle Lipton.
Secretaries. There's a clear-cut choice that any clear-headed person can make. The choice is clearly Kyle. I just want to make that perfectly clear. Many other things are just as clear. Water is clear, ice is clear, and there's crystal clear Pepsi. It's clear that there needs to be some changes at Arcadia, and clearly you should vote for me. It's clear that Channel 1 is a great time to catch up on 15 minutes of your sleep, and that 3 classes can't possibly fit into the cafeteria. You can clear the court, clear the stands, clear the rim, and use Clearasil. On a clear day, you could see forever if it weren't for the pollution. And if we keep clearing the rainforest, we'll all be in trouble. Clearly, we need to recycle. It's clear that a Reese's peanut butter cup has 14 grams of fat. You can have clear vision, make something perfectly clear, clear the way, clear up a point, and clear the air. You can come to a clearing in the woods, be cleared of all charges, clear customs, and clear your throat. You can be in the clear and you can clear a check. You can clear off the counter or go to a clearance sale. It's quite clear that Mr. J will look great in a bikini. The clear-cut choice for the NBA champions is the Phoenix Suns. Thanks to the help of Oliver Miller. I'd like to make it perfectly clear that I would do my best as recording secretary. Clearly you have a choice in any election, but this time the clear choice is Kyle Lipton for recording secretary. Thank you.
This year's corresponding secretary, and student body corresponding secretary is a very active member of the student government. Jobs of the corresponding secretary are to plan all community service activities for the school and the student council, like food drives and adopting families. And the corresponding secretary is also in charge of handling all mail that comes to the student council by distributing it to officers or responding to letters, and also communicating with the administrators. The corresponding secretary is in charge of putting together a scrapbook at the end of the year with all student government activities in it, and the corresponding secretary is actively involved in all student government activities and decisions. And this year's candidate for corresponding secretary is Jed Crow, and I'm sure that Jed will do a great job representing our school next year in student government as our corresponding secretary.
Hi, as the intro indicated, I'm Jed Crow, and this is my generic. I hope you have confidence in me as your corresponding secretary speech. For the benefit of you, the voters, I'm sorry that you weren't given a choice, but I'm confident that I can do the job excellently. For those of you who don't know me very well, I think I'll just give you a little background. My main interests are school, swimming, and guitar. I swim competitively in addition to swimming for school. I haven't been involved in student government recently, but as Vice President of National Junior Honor Society at Ingleside, and as a co-captain of the Arcadia swim team, I have leadership experience. Since you all have much more interesting and important speeches to listen to, I'm not going to bore you all and take a whole lot of time here. I just want you to know that I'm very excited to be given the opportunity to be corresponding secretary next year, and I hope I have your vote of confidence. And to end it, I have to agree with Nathan that Rush Limbaugh is the greatest. Thanks.
Student body vice president, I think it's probably the best job and most important job. But it actually does entail certain specific things. Elections is one of them. The vice president will be in charge of all elections, class and student body. They also assist the president in almost everything that happens. So like assigning committees, and you just work really closely with the president. And you also fill in for the president when you need to conduct meetings. This year we have an outstanding candidate. In fact, she's not even a candidate. She's your student body vice president, Molly Ford.
I don't know what to do with them. Okay. Can everyone hear me? Well, get that nasty, sticky, funky, junky wax out of your ears and listen to me. Because what I want to say is important, I think. Do you hear that sound? No! Not that. It's like behind, it's like an engine or something. I don't know. Okay, my engine is just like running, and I can't get it out of my head because these high tones, low tones, mid-range, DBX range, Sakatumi range are just, you know, hot like salsa picante, you know what I mean? It's waiting, it's revving, it's ready to burst, bust out, raw like sushi, okay? So let's roll. I feel like racing. Makes sense, since I am the little racer girl. I like to race. The thrill, the excitement, the competition is so fast. How do race car drivers do it? Are you aware that auto race car drivers are multi-talented? I swear it, they are. First of all, as if driving isn't stressful enough, they go about 5 times the fast of normal driving. So, to me that would be like, well, I don't know, 5 times, maybe magnify that times a lot. So, to me, I don't know, but this is what I think of when I think of going really fast. It's like, you know? And that just reminds me of that joke. I'm sure you have all heard that joke about the little kid who is on a motorcycle with his dad, and he goes, "Faster, Dad, faster." So the guy's like, okay, so he goes faster. And he goes, "Faster, Dad, faster." So he goes, okay. And so he's all, "Faster, Dad, faster." And so the dad speeds up again, he's like, "Whoa, slow down, Dad." And that's just what it reminds me of. And so, just want to say, I think that auto racers and student government people are a lot alike. They have to know where the gears are, and they've got to know their gears. They have to shift because shifting is vital. It takes practice to get shifting down, and I think it takes a tremendous amount of patience to practice and learn something that's simple. But it's not really simple. It's all a strategy. The speed, the timing, the pace, they all control how far ahead a driver stays in a race. But even though it seems like a race is something alone, it's really not. A driver is never alone, and there's always his ground crew in radio contact. There's ones that do the repairing, the mending, the fixing, and they give support. They're the ones that helping the drivers make adjustments when they need to. Not only does the race car driver need to adjust to their own car, but they also have to adjust to their surroundings, people around them, and situations that come up. The ground crew are the ones that are there for the driver when they make the big decision to take a pit stop. You know that word, pit. It's so harsh, kind of, you know? Pit. But pits are necessary, right? I mean, pits are vital. They repair, they fix, they rejuvenate the car and the driver. So in actuality, pit stops make life a little bit easier for both the driver and the car. Well, how does all this tie in with student government? What does auto racing have in common with student body elections? Well, I think race car driving has a lot in common with student government. Today, you pick Arcadia's auto racers, or so to speak, I guess you could call us that, Today you pick the drivers and you make the decision. So when you go to vote today, I'm asking you to care about who drives your car. I believe I have the instincts to adjust myself to my surroundings. I believe I have a good pace, good timing, good speed, and good coordination. I believe I'm a little racer girl, and I have the instinct to drive your car. But more importantly, I know when to take a pit stop. So, when you vote today, remember Little Race Car Girl and take a pit stop with me. Vote Molly for VP.
My name is Keith Galvin, and I'm Student Body President. The office of Student Body President is much more than a title. It becomes part of a lifestyle, a job that will be that person's biggest responsibility. They are at the head of the organization, but in the very thick of everything. They're not just administrating the organization, but they must deal effectively with the entire student council, the student body, the faculty, and the administration. They formulate daily agendas, oversee the group, and spend countless hours working for you. Think hard about your choice. Put aside your personal prejudices, and vote for who you, in your opinion, think will do the very best job for you. Our very first candidate is Travis Larson.
Hello, first the basics. My name is Travis Larson, and I'm running for Student Body President. I've been involved in Arcadia's speech and debate and swimming, and I've been swimming for about 12 years. I was one of Arcadia's captains, and I've been asked to return for next year. I didn't run for freshman office or junior class office, but I was elected sophomore class president. Sophomore year, we began with a little less than $200. By the end of the year, we earned, through various fundraisers, almost $1,000. Every year, Student Body saves about $1,000 for the next year. If I can make the same gains as I did as sophomore class president, we could be working with a $5,000 budget. Let student government do the fundraising and money making. You, the student body, should tell us how to spend it. We are the student body, and we have powers here that few of us have ever thought about. Had to know the Arcadia Student Constitution to run for office. And within that lie our powers as students. Any student may obtain signatures of 15% of the members of each class. With the signatures, when the signatures have been verified, the student body shall submit the proposed measure to the student council. If action is not taken within 10 days, such measures shall be binding. You as individuals have been granted the powers of student government. Student government should also have the power to levy taxes according to the Constitution. As student body president, I will make every effort to have this stricken from the Constitution. Student government does not have the right to steal. Palm and Shear, AFS, ASAP Earth, or any other club on campus earns money. The student council should not have the right to take it. Also in the Constitution it says the student council should represent the student body. Here's something that in the past student government has simply failed to do. Every year student government does certain things. Dances, for instance. Does the student body want more dances? Fewer, different kinds? We could have a dance every weekend or none at all. Traditions are nice, but we're not bound to them by law. I want to know what you want. Tell me what I can do. Arcadia's student body needs someone who will represent them, here at school and in the community. You need someone who is willing, if necessary, to go against tradition, and someone who will deal effectively with the administration. Last year they closed our campus for everyone but seniors. This was done by a group of teachers, administrators, staff, and parents. Students were given no representation, zero, until I asked for it. I was given 48 hours to prepare for a fight that everyone else had been researching for weeks. I presented an argument to this group late one afternoon. They thanked me for my opinion and continued discussing how they would close campus, not if they would close campus. This is simply unacceptable. Students must be involved in the decision-making process. We must have a say in what happens on our campus. We shouldn't have to elbow our way into meetings. We should be invited and listened to. Give me the chance to represent you, and I will do so to the best of my ability. As students, we must be heard. Let me speak for Arcadia.
Our next candidate is Lorraine Ariel.
Hi, my name is Lorraine Ariola, and I am running for Student Body President. Right now, Arcadia needs a new president, and right now, the choice is me. Right now, it's your tomorrow. Right now, there is no rioting in LA. Right now, AIDS is on the rise. And right now, Lisa Ling is being choked by her necklace. Right now, Arcadia needs a new president, and right now, the choice is me. Right now, someone is being cool like that. Right now, it is an L thing, and right now, there is only one LA in Arizona. Right now, Arcadia needs a new president, and right now, the choice is me. Right now, you're looking for that certain someone, and they are looking for you. Right now is too soon, right now is too late. Right now, the audience is listening, and right now, someone is trying to make a difference. Right now, someone is unsure of who to vote for, and I'm going to make it clear for you. You, Arcadia student body, need a new president, and right now, the choice is me, Lorena Ariola.
Hola, mi nombre es Lorena Ariola. No confundan esto, Solo estoy traduciendo. Estoy en las elecciones para presidente del Student Body. Esta es una posición abierta para alguien quien es calificado o calificada y tenga más definida responsabilidad. Mi razón por la que estoy en las elecciones es porque yo creo que Lorena, that's her, right? Yo, Lorena Ariola, soy muy fuerte y dedicada persona. Yo soy una de las que nunca se dan por vencida. Yo siento que ustedes, los del Student Body, tienen que escoger la persona más calificada y esa persona soy yo, Lorena Ariola, para presidente. Yo siento que esta escuela necesita ser más autorizada y diversa. Yo creo que necesitamos envolvernos más desde los estudiantes de ESL y los estudiantes que son intercambiados de otras escuelas fuera del país. Yo creo que necesitamos más comunicación entre la facultad y los estudiantes. Nosotros necesitamos ser educados de otras raíces, religiones y diferencias en cualquier otro modo. Entonces, cuando ustedes voten para presidente, candidato, piensen en lo que quieren para su escuela. Piensen en ella, Lorena Ariola, que quiere lo mejor para ustedes. Esto es de mi parte para todos los que me entiendan. Nunca en esta escuela hemos tenido un hispano que represente a nuestra raza. Pero ahora tenemos la oportunidad para votar de una persona que es respetable. Ella es Lorena Ariola. Démosle el apoyo y no dejen que nos sigan poniendo las reglas con las personas. Si votemos por ella tendremos más derechos porque ella promete ayudarnos. Gracias.
You got 7 minutes from now to get back to your 4th hour class, which will be coming to get you for voting. Thanks.
I want to get my 4th hour.